It's Wednesday, the 12th of Feb, and this is your crypto update. Markets are going down. There's still some mega opportunities ahead. Let's dive in. So, firstly, a whole lot of red in the market, a little bit of green, but essentially it's a red day, definitely a red day. With the big ones down just a little bit, sold down just below 200. There is a strong possibility we dip down quite hard, like maybe Sol goes down to like 160 or something quite low. But we're not going to call that right now because hopefully that's not the case. In other news, the realized price of new whales is about $90,000, which is essentially the strongest level of support, 89,000. So if we go down, we should rebound off that level. That's the kind of expectation. Thus far, there's tariffs. There's a whole lot of just fixing up of things in the US or breaking it down, depending on which side you're on. But either way, there's news which is not immediately bullish for the ecosystem, the crypto ecosystem, stocks and whatnot. It'll all change. Michael Saylor points this out, which is genius. You should be focusing on what MetaPlanet does because this could be a stock that you may want to enter. Over the last 6 months, it's up 493%. As they accumulate more, maybe you want to buy some of this. Maybe this and Master could be your play. Even getting in Jan, it's a 2x. And there was a whole lot of buying right here. So I didn't even think of it like that. It's going up a lot more than Bitcoin is, that's for sure. Goldman Sachs reported owning 1.5 billion worth of BlackRock and Fidelity Bitcoin ETFs. These institutions are buying and buying and buying. And Crypto.com has received regulatory approval to provide crypto services in all European Economic Area member states. This is quite a big deal because for whatever reason, very, very restrictive over in Europe. And this is basically a big deal. The UK still has a huge amount of restrictions, too many restrictions for sure. Having a look at the market state visualization, BNB is the only thing really worthwhile that's in the green. And CZ is certainly not a person to bet against. He's kind of like the Elon Musk in the crypto world. You don't bet against CZ. Crypto Fear and Greed is at 46. So not fearful enough for us to really put in some bids, in my opinion, but still a nice time to kind of DCA. For sure, I expect things to come up and prices to go up. And then I think we should be a little bit more active in profit taking. Now, this is what CZ says. This is related to the BNB chain. Now, the BNB chain is nothing compared to Solana, but if I didn't cover it, then I would be doing yourself a disfavor. So sub-second block finality, 100 million transactions a day, gasless, smart wallet, AI, memes, dev tools, etc. Essentially, they already have the largest exchange in the world. They already have a whole lot of users, not super active, but they can ship better than Coinbase can. They can avoid regulatory issues better than Coinbase can. They can exclude the US as an example, but then the US people will still find it on the blockchain. So I think not necessarily BNB, the token itself, because it'll do well, but I'm still thinking Sol will do better. But in general, I'm watching this space. We've already seen it with their TST token, their test token, just pumping up and pumping rewards and liquidity pools. And I would like to ape into some of those sort of things with a bit of a detailed strategy, as I want more of my focus to be on DeFi, which is my skill set. In general, if you're getting airdrops, most of the time you should sell. So if you sold your hype airdrop, then you did well because everything is basically down. Starknet, I haven't played on any of these here. I haven't played on these. I haven't even played on Hyperliquid, to be honest. But Berachain, I'm starting to play on. Now, it's down 59%, but it's kind of a little bit cheeky to say that because, yes, they launched at an exchange price that was too high, and they shouldn't do that because it's bad optics. But it's around $5.50 or so. And the first kind of hour of trading, you generally just ignore because it's over speculated. Berachain, I'm still working on the video. It should come out today. I'm pretty excited for this as a kind of DeFi strategy because it is a proof of liquidity layer one. You use the Bear token for gas transactions are minimal. There's not a lot of fun things that I've found over there. There's not a lot of great resources I found in terms of videos, but you go and put your liquidity in, you get rewarded with rewards. How sustainable is it? Well, the argument is it's quite sustainable. We'll have to wait and see, but I have a strategy I'm going to release that today if I can, if not tomorrow. Having a look at the calendar, we've got the cat symbol content creator bounty. Maybe that's going to be drawn today. Maybe it's drawn today. Maybe it comes out tomorrow in the weekly planetary call, which is going to be very, very epic. Remember, Bonk Dragon, stake your soul with validator.com. There's a few things happening on the validator front, and we're working on our LST so that we can put some of those rewards into the LST. So when that's live, I'll let everybody know, and then you go and get that LST. New news here, Solana ETF filings, more ETF filings by 1, 2, 3, 4 different companies. So one of them is going to pass for sure, probably most of them, if not all. And there's also a Franklin Solana Trust happening in Delaware. It's just a whole lot of core movement for Solana, in my opinion. There may be, I know Cardano is getting one as well. You know, I don't have many Cardano fans watching this channel. That's okay. I just don't think Cardano is going to do well this cycle. It had its cycle. It's now a dinosaur chain. It's going to be hard. This is worth watching. The planetary calls are about an hour. The details on the 50% dupe buyback, that's going to be bullish. I think, you know, not financial advice, but maybe buying some dupe right now, putting it into a bid-ask system, not being too greedy, not leveraging up, but maybe going a bid-ask with as high of like 15%, because I think this is going to be pretty bullish. They may even announce that they've already started buybacks, and that will kind of speculate it up. Then you close the position in a bit of a profit, and you can use that profit to buy more dupe and stake it, whatever you like. There's a new product launch, Meow's 555 plan. I'm going to be tuning in live as best as I can, I think. And that way I can ask some questions and find out what the 555 plan is, which you can do on YouTube, and maybe they can answer them. Active staking rewards, and a few other things regarding Duperary updates and whatnot. Okay, the dupe price itself, like this is on a 15-minute chart. The markets have been down for a couple of weeks, so you've got to keep that in mind. And then, I mean, this is obviously cat symbol, kaboom, and then down, and then kaboom, and then just markets kind of started to fall. Right now, with the price at like 83 cents, you know, getting all the way to $1 is not going to be too difficult. However, to get all the way to $1, you know, jumping up 24% in this market's going to be probably not going to happen. But I think even just a little bit of a 5 to 10% gain with a little bit of small amount of size could be worthwhile. This is not with your dupe stake. That is, of course, not financial advice, but you know, this planetary call probably going to be pretty epic. The Van Eyck gold mine is live in portals. Started yesterday. You probably, if you start now, you're not probably going to win a hat. There's like 300 hats. It's pretty cool though. Let me just show you it here. Coming here. I started yesterday, and a new auction starts in 4 minutes. I've got 435 gold. They're going for thousands, but it's pretty fun. Let me end this conversation. You run around. It's the coolest thing I've seen in Web3. It's not going to be able to compete with Roblox immediately for sure. You come up here, you go to your backpack, you get your pick, equip items. You've got not very much gold. In here, you grab this or a segment key, which you need to sign up to segment to, and then you equip it, and you just start mining the gold. So it's very time consuming, and you're probably not going to win anything, but I like that they're beta testing this kind of stuff. It's worthwhile. Virtuals is now on Solana. The Virtuals protocol has officially landed on Solana. Buy, trade, and create AI agents at app.virtuals.io. I am yet to play with it. I should definitely be following it, of course. The biggest sad thing about this is Virtuals, the actual token, has not been actually listed on Coinbase centralized exchange, and they've gone and listed this random meme coin called Base3, which looks like it's purely insider. So Coinbase, I know these people have a whole lot of money. They are whales. They are respected, but they're making some really rubbish decisions. And coming to Solana was definitely a worthwhile thing. It's a shame that they're having difficulty getting their token listed on Coinbase. And I haven't actually played around with it. And I do think the AI narrative's like way too speculative and not enough substance. But if you're into it, it's now available on Solana. Now let's talk about some airdrop stuff. Backpack, which is a good wallet. Solflare is my wallet on Solana. Solana specific is the way. But Testnet is loading. Phantom's also available for Monad, whatever it is, for their testnet. And this will be something that we should definitely pay attention to, like properly pay attention to. They'll be going to be trying really, really hard to do as much as they can to attract attention. And if there's liquidity to be got, or if there's money to be made or airdrops to be had, I will be getting amongst it, probably using Backpack as my preferred wallet. Also Story, like Berachain, that airdrop, I didn't get any, maybe some of you did, but that was pretty decent for people. And there's another airdrop coming in a couple of months, so I have to factor that into the farming strategy over on Bera. But Story IP, this is something I want to also put in a little bit of research into, or probably quite a bit of research into, but we can also do a video on how it's done. But essentially, read this tweet. You need to go and set up and get a score of 20 for humans for Passport. I haven't used Passport before, but you sign in here, and this is how people can work out that you're actually a human. Similar to something like Solana ID, this is how you work out, is this person a Sybil? It's one person, one passport. That's how it is. That's everything for today. Just a couple of reminders. Remember to stake your soul with feraldata.com. Remember to go and grab yourself a cast card. They're fantastic, especially if you're traveling. And also check your Bonk Dragon. Go and claim the rewards. The Bonk gets staked for 1 month. And I'm very, very bullish on Bonk. I know that, the price hasn't been doing very well, but in general, Pingu, Bonk, whole lot of meme coins. In fact, the markets in general have kind of been down. I don't think this is necessarily the time to go and be pushing a whole lot of money into these things, because we haven't seen the low that we think we're going to have in February. That's still potentially going to come, or it could even be March as well. So we're just not sure. But remember, throughout the course of a bull market, things kind of come on down, sometimes 40%, 50%, and then they go all-time highs again. So I'm not scared by any of this. The top is not in my opinion. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribed and check out these videos over here on the left for random tricks or random news. That's all. Catch you tomorrow.